This video is about the connection between La Palma in the Canary Islands and the Queen's death. Last year, on September 11th, there was an earthquake swarm in La Palma in the Canary Islands. On September the 19th, the volcano started erupting. The BBC 20 years ago told us that part of the island was going to collapse into the sea and cause a mega tsunami. The Queen died on September the 8th. September the 8th is known as the Nativity of Mary. So the Nativity of Mary is celebrated on September the 8th. That is when the Queen died. So there is this Virgin Mary symbolism. Now the Queen in the British crown represents Isis, the keystone of the arch. And in these secret societies they associate Mary with Isis. So you have the Nativity of the Virgin Mary on September the 8th, and the Queen died on September the 8th. The Queen's funeral is on September the 19th, the same day as the volcanic eruption last year on La Palma. So the Queen's funeral is on September 19th. Now the patron saint of La Palma in the Canary Islands is the Virgin Mary. So the Virgin Mary is the patron saint of La Palma. The Queen died on September the 8th, the Nativity of the Virgin Mary, and then her funeral is on the same day as the eruption last year on La Palma. There seems to be a link. In my videos I've said that somehow they are recreating the book of Revelation, and there is more evidence of this, and it looks like La Palma, part of La Palma, is going to fall into the sea. I believe it's man-made. So the patron saint of La Palma and the Canary Islands is the Virgin Mary. Remember that Columbus sailed from the Canary Islands to discover America. If we look at the flag of the Canary Islands, La Palma, you have waves, you have a tower. Remember the Economist magazine of the collapse of the tower? I think it's the Economist magazine 2017. You have that tower card, which looks like a volcano. So you have a tower, you have waves, and on top of the tower you have Saint Michael with scales in his hands. Saint Michael appears in the book of Revelation and he slays the dragon Satan. And this La Palma event is going to change the world. You also have the crown on the La Palma flag. Crown, and you just had, crown is Corona. And you have had the crown bug. So it looks like there's going to be a collapse of the system after this La Palma event, and you have Saint Michael in the flag of La Palma on top of the tower with the scales, with a palm branch. So in the Uvalde incident, the man who was said to have done it, his name translates as Salvation Branch. The Salvation Branch in the Bible is the palm, La Palma. So you have Saint Michael on top of a tower, waves, the palm and the crown on top, and he's got the scales in his hands. It looks like this event's going to happen. So Saint Michael slaying the dragon is part of Revelation, and it's connected to La Palma because he appears on the flag of La Palma. Now the part that's going to collapse into the sea has been evacuated for the last year. So all the area that's going to collapse into the sea has been evacuated for the last year, and what I believe is that this gives them privacy to do what they need to do to make sure this part of the island collapses, and that this is a man-made event. And it's a man-made event with symbolic meaning and implications that the whole system is going to collapse after this event. So we have more symbolism connected to the Queen's death. The Queen died on September the 8th. That is the Nativity of the Virgin Mary. The Queen's funeral is on the 19th. And last year, La Palma started erupting on the 19th, and the patron saint of La Palma is the Virgin Mary. Thank you.